What a disaster. What an absolute disaster and a colossal waste of everyone's time. Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame, they received a lot of criticism for refusing to compete in a meaningless bowl game, but this is exactly why they refuse to compete. Not only is it insulting for a prestigious program like Notre Dame to lower their standards by accepting an invitation to the Bad Boy Mowers Bowl, my dad has been a professional landscaper for over 40 years. I have never met someone who loves to play in the dirt. I've never met someone who loves grass more than my dad. And even he doesn't get excited for the Lawnmower Bowl. Not only is it insulting for a program like Notre Dame, who should have been competing for a championship, to accept an invitation to a meaningless bowl game, it's also a complete waste of time because no one cares. And that's not just my opinion. Looking at these attendance numbers, looking at these half-empty stadiums across the country, it is abundantly clear no one cares. You know, when I was growing up, MTV was incredibly influential. For Gen X and millennials, MTV was the voice of our generations. The network was responsible for creating the genre of reality television. When The Real World premiered in '92, there was nothing else like it on television. Beavis and Butthead, or as he is now calling himself, Tim Walls. Yo MTV Raps, TRL. When I was in middle school and high school, TRL was appointment television. Carson Daly had the power to make or break an artist's music career. To this day, MTV is still producing and airing Uncle Casey's favorite show, The Challenge. I can't tell you how many times I have rewatched seasons of The Challenge. Hell, I'm actually rewatching season 37 right now. For 2 or 3 decades, MTV was the most influential network for teenagers and the 18 to 34 demographic. But today, MTV is irrelevant. MTV is on life support. Why? Some blame the incessant reruns of ridiculousness. Some blame the fact that MTV doesn't utilize Paramount Plus. So in the rare case that MTV actually produces new programming, it's only available on cable. And most people under the age of 30, their target demo, don't have cable. So they don't have access to MTV. There's a combination of factors that has led to the decline of MTV. But the reasoning doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is MTV is on life support. And it's the same thing with bowl season in college football. Whether it's greed, whether it's the networks watering down bowl season with far too many games, whether it's uncompetitive or uncompelling matchups or 5 and 7 teams qualifying for bowl games, the reason doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the NCAA and the networks coming to the realization that meaningless bowl games are a thing of the past. And if you don't want to listen to Uncle KC, all you gotta do is listen to fans of college football, because they are telling you with their wallets, they are telling you with tens of thousands of empty seats, these games no longer matter. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Fluffernoggin. I'm not a big snacker. I don't eat a lot of junk food, but if there's one time of year where I break this habit, football season. One of my favorite snacks to eat while watching NFL Red Zone on Sunday afternoons, beef jerky. Problem is, a lot of beef jerky tastes like you're biting into a flat tire. Good news is, I no longer have that problem because I started buying gourmet beef jerky from Fluffernoggin. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell is a Fluffernoggin? Fluffernoggin is gourmet beef jerky that is 100% made in the USA. You don't have to worry about consuming foreign cows because all these cows are homegrown. Each recipe from Fluffernoggin is handcrafted with the perfect amount of seasoning. First beef jerky that I've ever tasted that literally melts in your mouth. Fluffernoggin comes in a variety of flavors ranging from mango habanero, Korean barbecue. They even have a flavoring of craft beer. Or if you're like me, you'll just stick with the original style flavoring. They are running a promotion through the holidays, through the end of the year, so click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL30. Receive 30% off your first purchase with Fluffernoggin. Last night, Sports Business Journal, they compiled the attendance numbers for the 24 bowl games that have been completed so far. Just think about that for a second. Bowl season started just over 2 weeks ago. We have had more bowl games than we have had actual days in the last 2 weeks. Obviously, the highly anticipated matchup between something called Coastal and Louisiana Tech, that was not included in these numbers. Those two powerhouse teams played this afternoon in the Radiance Technologies Bowl. My inside sources are telling me that the winning team receives an autographed trophy from the Radiant Yenta from the View, Sun Hostin. So far, bowl attendance is down 7% compared to last year. 41,000 people who attended bowl games last year decided not to attend this year. There have been a couple of bowl games that drew pretty good crowds, and by couple, I literally mean 2. Something called the Kinder Texas Bowl. Everything's kinder in Texas! The matchup between Houston and LSU drew almost 64,000. Now, obviously, attendance was boosted by Houston basically playing a home game and LSU being within driving distance. The Lawnmower Bowl at Yankee Stadium in New York City, which is completely counterintuitive. Why in the hell is the Lawnmower Bowl being played in New York City? The city is nicknamed the Concrete Jungle. The only grass in New York City is the grass being grown in Brittany Griner's closet. But either way, the Lawnmower Bowl between Penn State and Clemson drew just over 41,000 at Yankee Stadium. Wasn't close to being a sellout, but still a respectable number. Unfortunately, that's where the good news ends. Some of these bowl games have attendance numbers that we are used to seeing in the WNBA dump. For example, the Scooters Coffee Bowl, where the winning team gets to choose between receiving a complimentary scooter or complimentary coffee delivered via scooter. This unbelievable matchup between Ohio and UNLV, it was played at Ford Center by the Star. Believe it or not, the Ford Center isn't where you take your F-150 when you have a flat tire. It's actually the practice facility for the Dallas Cowboys, which means bowl season has become so watered down, these meaningless games are being held inside the practice facility of an NFL team. I don't know what's worse, WNBA games in high school gyms or bowl games and practice facilities. But either way, the Ford Center can hold 12,000 people. When the Dallas Cowboys practice in the middle of August, I'm sure it sold out. But it damn sure wasn't sold out for the Scooter Bowl because only 6,500 people bothered to show up. For reasons unknown, there were 2 meaningless bowl games this year in the Cowboys' practice facility. The highly coveted Xbox Bowl between Arkansas State and Missouri State, it drew 7,800. The Serve Pro Bowl, UTSA and FIU, in a stadium that seats 33,000, they drew 8,600. The Myrtle Beach Bowl. Really? The Myrtle Beach Bowl. Can someone please explain to me who was clamoring to see a matchup between Western Michigan and something called Kennesaw? Ken saw what? I can tell you what Ken didn't see. Ken didn't see asses in seats because only 9,000 people bothered to show up. Through 24 meaningless bowl games, average attendance per game is less than 22,000. What is the point? What is the point? If there is one thing I cannot stand, it is wasted time. Last week, I sent over the HEF Awards to my video editor. It's the only video of the year where I pay to have someone edit it for me. He sent me a text and said, "I wish all my clients were as detailed as you are. You literally sent me step-by-step instructions. I wish all my clients were this thorough." Yeah, I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. Because me taking an extra few minutes in preparation saves both of us hours on the back end. I don't have to waste my time answering dozens of your questions. We don't have to go back and forth where you're asking me what images go where, what timestamps are needed for video clips. Me spending an extra 15, 20 minutes in preparation saves us both a lot of time and headache. Uncle Casey cannot stand wasted time, and that's what these bowl games have become. They have become a complete waste of time. Me personally, I think bowl season has been watered down for 10, maybe 15 years now, but before the transfer portal, you could justify these meaningless bowl games. For a young team returning a lot of starters, for a young team that is developing players, it gave them an extra 2 or 3 weeks of practice, gave coaches an extra game to evaluate their roster. Dabo Swinney could use the Butt Bongo Bowl to prepare for the following season. And for seniors, most of which won't be playing on Sundays, it gave them one last game, gave them the opportunity to end their football careers with a win. Today, kids are transferring before bowl games are even played. There's no longer pride in the program. NFL prospects, they have no incentive to play because they're risking millions of dollars. Basically, no one wants to be there. A lot of players don't want to be there. There were 8 or 9 teams who declined invitation to bowl games this year, so they don't want to be there. And clearly, fans don't want to be there. So why are we still doing this? Outside of the networks making money, why are we still having these meaningless bowl games? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.